Hey guys, and welcome to another update video. As you saw from last week, we are still working on that thriller script and shooting. We got 1 day of that filming down, as well as I've been working on writing a comedy script and working on a couple different things. I'm actually going to be going to college here soon in the next month, so I'm trying to get as much filming done while I'm at home as I can, and then when I get to college I'll have lots of time to edit. So I'm looking forward to seeing how much I can get done filmed so I can then edit while I'm at college, and so there'll be a lot more content actually coming out of finished products when I get to college. And once I get some time to edit that. So I'm just trying to best utilize my time before I leave town, and I'm able to get as much actual filming done here as possible. So we've been working on a couple projects. When I was actually on vacation, I was able to film a really funny little short with my nieces and nephews, and that should be coming out soon. That's going to be a lot of fun to edit. I've already put a little pieces together, and it turned out really good. So that's going to be funny. It's a small, kind of made for kids. A good family friend of ours came into town, and she has a lot of kids, and she was saying she was hoping I'd make something that her little kids could watch. So this will be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot different. It's going to be something fun I put together just for the family vacation. And then that thriller that we're working on, and then I actually have two comedies in the mix that we're working on. One's really early in development. We actually just were talking about it a couple days ago when we came up with the idea, but it'd be something super doable and maybe just one evening of filming. So I'll keep you up to date with that. I have filmed a music video a little while ago for some friends who are getting into music. And so that should be finished here soon. I'll keep you guys updated on that. That's actually their video, so I don't have any control over when that gets to be put out. That just is going to be published whenever they're ready for it to be published. Once they put it out into on their channel, I'll also put it on my channel just so you guys can get a sense of kind of some of the work I've been doing. And then this coming up weekend, I'm actually working on a shoot for the Dancing Wick, a company. It's going to be like a corporate shoot, and maybe I'll bring the camera along and show you guys what's happening there for a future video. So that's the update of what's happening and kind of where we're at. I wanted to talk about the motivations for me to actually accomplish some of the things I've been able to accomplish in film, kind of the steps I was able to take to get to where I actually am in a place to where I can accomplish my goals, and how I set that up. And I thought that would be really beneficial to share with you guys, because there were tools that really helped me accomplish what I wanted, and maybe I can help you accomplish whatever you're passionate about or interested in or just kind of like to do, how to accelerate that to the next level. So I was hoping to share a little bit about how I got to this place motivationally to actually film these videos, and maybe as I show you guys kind of what goes through my head, it can help you guys accomplish your goals and your desires and your passions, or even just get better at the things you really like. So the first thing you're going to want to do is find something you're interested in or passionate about or like to do. It can be anything at all. Whatever happens to interest you in your life, whether it's video games or history or music, whatever happens to be, you want to find that, and you want to make a small goal that you can accomplish and pursue that and see if you find fulfillment in that. And once you pursue that goal and you look into it and you really work at it, what you might find is you might find fulfillment in it, or it might direct you to something that you find fulfillment in something else. So what you want to do is create a small goal and something you're interested in, some way to get better at it. It really is a wonderful trick to just set tiny little goals, move one step forward, and then you can look back after a little ways and see how far you traveled and how much better you got at whatever you liked to do. I think when a lot of people think of a schedule or think of something that they have to do, they think of it kind of as like a prison, something that's really tough and that they don't want to do. And of course, in your day, you're going to have to do stuff that's not necessarily fun, but there's stuff that you have to do. And I think if you were really to ask yourself if your life would be better, if you would prefer to do those things, you would honestly answer yes. Because for my example, when it comes to filming, I took the extra steps, the extra challenging parts. I made the goal to push through that so I could be better and better prepared for my next shoot and my next goal. and or my overall goal or my overall interest. So I was able to take something that was just a really small goal and a really small wish to make just one film. I wanted to make one film, whether it was good or bad. I didn't have any requirements. I just wanted to make one film. It took a lot of research. I needed to find a camera. I needed to find actors. I needed to write a script. There was all these little things that went into it, but it was something I could do. It wasn't something like get into the film industry or something like get a certain amount of subscribers or a certain amount of views on a video. It was just make a film. Whether it was good or bad or whatever it was just make the film. And so I began to just pursue that. Every little aspect, not all of it was the textbook definition of fun, but it was an absolute fulfilling process to actually make something that I set out to do. I was interested in film, and so I decided to try to make a goal of creating a film. I did the research and I put in the work, and I was able to publish a film. And then my next goal was to put the film out there and allow people to be able to see it, make a social presence for my film. So I put it on YouTube and I put it on Instagram. That fulfilled another one of my goals. And now I have more goals of creating this thriller and creating a comedy and writing more scripts, and I have a lot of little goals that I can work towards, but I'm slowly making progress. And if I could look at myself from where I was a year ago, it's tremendous, and it's absolutely amazing how far I was able to go, but I wasn't my thought to be where I was at today. But I had a goal of making a short film because I was interested in cinematography, I was interested in acting. Acting was something I liked to do and is actually something I was passionate about, but I honestly was able to discover my passion for cinematography and for film. The more I learned about it and the more I got into it, it was something that I just liked to do. I picked something and went for it. It wasn't my end-all be-all. I also had a job. I was also in college. I was doing a lot of other things while I was pursuing this, but while I was doing those things, it allowed me the freedom to actually chase what I have become passionate about. You don't have to be interested in every single dynamic. For me, audio is really a source that I have to learn, but it's not super interesting to me, the science behind audio and all the rest. However, even though I'm not interested in that, I'm interested in the overall product. And the more I learn about it, the better I get at what I actually am passionate about. Putting in the hard work brought me so much fulfillment that I think it's really a trick that every kid our age and younger and even older, that if you learn that if you can put in the hard work, you'll feel fulfilled at the end of the day. That's when people really can succeed in whatever they were passionate about, because they'll put in the hard work, and it's not always fun and it's not always the textbook definition of enjoyable, but at the end of the day, you find fulfillment in the hard work, in the little things, because you are constantly getting better at something you're passionate about. And that also doesn't mean you need to know exactly what you're passionate about when you set a goal and you go for it. You're gonna have to make little course corrections along the way. You gotta sit and look at the most admirable thing you could chase, or the thing you would think would bring most fulfillment that you could chase, and you gotta chase it. You have to find a goal and go towards it where you find fulfillment. But once you reach the end of that goal, you should be recalibrating and re-examining in your own brain and in your own soul of what actually is fulfilling to you. Because at the moment, you don't know exactly what you could be. You just can see only what's in your peripheral in the present. And so you gotta find the best possible goal you can go towards, the most fulfilling goal you could go towards at the present moment, and go towards that goal. And once you reach that goal, you are gonna move so much further in life than you thought you were before, but now you can see so much further and you can see so much more potential than you were before. So what that allows you to do is see the bigger picture, and you can more hone in on what exactly you like because you made progress. Sometimes when you see a bigger picture and you go further, then you actually need to recalibrate because there's so many more options and so much more you can see to find fulfillment. So you gotta reach your goal and you gotta find something and chase it. But it's okay to constantly be moving towards something that's more fulfilling, but you also can't be petrified in fear that you don't have it entirely figured out, because you want to be somewhere else but you don't know how to get there, or you don't know exactly what you want, but it's in this certain area. What you got to do is you got to find something you're interested at and take it down the path. Take it down that journey, and you'll find different avenues you have to move back and forth on. You'll stop and you'll have to recalibrate to get to where you need to go. Because if you're not constantly aware of what brings you fulfillment, then you might find yourself either stuck in a rut or petrified not to move forward. It's a constant journey. It's a constant one step at a time to move you where you need to go. Honestly, I think some of the problem with a lot of people, especially in my generation that I see, and a little bit younger than my generation that I see, is they feel very discouraged because they either don't know something worthwhile to pursue, or they feel like they'll never be able to be good enough to pursue something that would actually bring them joy. And I think the problem with that is we just haven't experienced enough of life. If your problem is that you don't find something worthwhile, sit down and think of something you enjoy, anything, and just go after it. Go after that one thing. Make a small goal. See if it brings you fulfillment. If it doesn't, then look around and say, okay, that didn't bring me fulfillment. What around me, now that I've made a little progress, would bring me fulfillment? You find something you think might, go that direction. Even if it's just something you like. I think a huge problem is people just are having a hard time finding something worthwhile because they want the end. They want the final thing that they're going to be focused on. And I personally think when you first find a goal, you don't find the end goal. You just find the starting point, and you're going to move as your interests keen in on exactly what that end point is going to be. Now, people that have a goal that they would really like to pursue, or an accomplishment they would really like, but they feel like they're not good enough or they don't have the tools, I think a really good encouragement for you guys is that you don't need all the tools right away. You can just pursue something that's in your reach. If, like for me, what I would have really liked to do is I would really like to direct, but I knew that I did not have the skills and I did not have the ability readily available to just go do it. So I started small. I started with what I could do. It took me a year to get to the point to where I was comfortable enough to direct something that I think turned out pretty good, but it took me a year to get to that point. I didn't have the skills readily available. I had to take a small goal and I had to compound that with my interest, and I moved forward. I found out that I really enjoy moving with the camera and I really enjoy working with the actors. I found fulfillment and passion in that, which allowed me to move forward and to gain even more desire to move forward and to accomplish an even bigger goal as I was accomplishing the little goals. So for the people who feel like they have a big goal that they would love to achieve, you have to start small, and you have to start with something that's in your reach and doable. And if you accomplish that and you really feel passionate about what you just did, then you can create another goal, because you're going to build off of a set of skills that you already are building. If you accomplish a little goal, like for me, for filmmaking, I could rack focus. I was starting to learn how to focus. I was able to build off of that skill to move into moving the camera around, or my own acting ability and my own passion for acting was able to build into being able to direct actors. And so it's one little step after another that lets you climb the mountain and gives you the ability to achieve that goal. So you probably don't have the skills at your disposal to accomplish that big dream you have, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't pursue it. Pursue something little in that genre, moving you closer and closer, gaining the little skills by little skills in order to have a lot of skills to be able to do that. But you may find that as you're doing those things, you might find that the actual end direction that you're going is a little bit different than the direction you started, and that's all part of the process. It's all part of learning. It's all part of putting your best foot forward and trying to do your absolute best. So my advice, honestly, to you guys is to find something worthwhile that you can chase, and just chase it in the best way you can. You don't have to drop everything else. Just chase it in the most doable, best way you can, and use those skills and those accomplishments to build off what you do next. You may not like everything you do, but if you've accomplished that goal, then you'll know whether that's something you'd like to pursue. Once you've accomplished that goal, you can go in a direction that you find fulfillment in. If it happens to be in the same direction as that goal, then great. If it happens to be just a little to the left or a little to the right, then that's totally acceptable too. but just find something you're interested in and go after it. Chase it. Be fearless to actually try it, because I guarantee you'll find more fulfillment in trying something and deciding you didn't like it or it wasn't quite right for you, but still accomplishing it, than just sitting there wishing that you will have done it. Somebody who tries and fails is more accomplished than someone who never tries. And so you have to just be fearless to go after whatever you're passionate about. I think if everyone sat down and looked at the most worthwhile thing they could do and went for it, their lives would improve tremendously, because who knows what you can accomplish if you're constantly chasing the most worthwhile thing in your sight. Because each time you move forward, you get a new view, and you get to see the picture even bigger, and you get to see the tremendous blessings and the tremendous opportunities that are out there the more you move forward while you're pursuing worthwhile things, because your life is going to be fulfilled if you're doing what's worthwhile. So I just want to give you guys a huge encouragement to chase what you're doing. This is kind of the mindset that I'm chasing as I'm going into filming and pursuing it even further. It's something that I love, and it's something that I'm slowly figuring out exactly what I like about it, exactly what is challenging, exactly what would be beneficial for me to pursue even further. And so I just want to give a big shout out to all my creatives out there and all my people out there who are thinking about chasing something. I want to just tell you, go do it. Go chase it. Hit it wherever you can. Get out there, push it with all you got. If you're doing other things but you can fit it in your free time, why not chase it? Because it's something you love. It's something you love to do. For me, film, I don't know why I wouldn't chase it, because I love it so much. Eventually, it might come a time in my life where I have to give it up for something else that's more worthwhile. But at this point, I see nothing else in my life that's more worthwhile to pursue in my free time. I don't know why I would ever give it up, because there's nothing better that can take its place. And you got to find that. You got to find that in your life to where it's not worth giving up, because there's nothing better that can take its place. And you might not know that right away. You might have to start out with just pursuing a couple things you like and trying it out and seeing where it takes you. Or you may have a big grand idea of what is worthwhile, but you don't know how to get there. Take the little steps, take the journey, and don't be afraid to fail. So I'm really happy you guys are tuning in, and I really hope you were encouraged by my motivation and some of the encouragement that I've gotten. This is a big accumulation of many people who've spoken into my life, and many knowledgeable people who have given me a lot of tools in order to excel, and a lot of tools in order to try to do exactly what I would like to do and exactly what I think is beneficial. So I'm still there with you guys. I still have a lot I gotta learn. I still have a lot I'm trying to pursue. But honestly, guys, we can do it. To all my creatives out there and all my people who just want to accomplish something, whether that's entrepreneurship or whether that's film or music or whatever it happens to be, education, whatever you're passionate about, chase it with what you got. Chase it with what's around you, because you're going to be able to succeed, and you're going to be able to do something really, really awesome. So I want to thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. This one turned out to be a little bit longer than I thought it was going to be, but I just wanted to send a lot of encouragement out to all you guys. If you could subscribe to the channel, that would be great. We got a lot of really cool content coming. Give us a like to this video. It really helps us out. Give us a comment. What are some of the things you would like to see? Did you like this video? Did you like the encouragement? What would you guys like to see? Tell me what would be beneficial for you, and I'll put it out. Is it more vlog style stuff, or is it more stuff directly related to film? Whatever you guys would like, just be sure to comment down there. If you can share this video and the channel with your friends, that'd be absolutely awesome. Tell two friends to tell two friends to tell two friends about the channel. Be sure to go out there, chase what you're passionate about. I'll be sure to keep you up to date with what we're doing. Be sure to check out our Instagram page if you want some more updates. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'll see you guys next time. Be sure to tell me what you would like to see in the next upcoming videos.